Okay, so this is Onion. This is currently the login page. It's just the email and the password. This is the dashboard. You can change the filter to select the tags that you created. Okay. Then you can specify which sensor you want to look at. So you can see the number of predicted spoiled and good onions, and as well as the area under the curve of the responses of each sensor. So you can isolate if you want to just look at a single sample. Here in the device management, you can test the light to open the LED of the ESP32. You can also activate the captive portal to change the Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi password, the device key, and then the API key stored in the device itself. Then we can register a new device. Let's name this test. It will generate a ID and an API key which we will need to store using the captive portal of the device itself. Account manager, we can set up an account. Just say just random. Birth date January 2000. Say like that. Take a while to process that request. Then it's going to send a toast at the top right. Again, so right now we're still working on the disabling and the enabling of the accounts, which you can search and filter to look for the accounts based on their first name and last name. This is the view for when you're capturing data. You select which device is online. It will only show the devices that are online. Then you can select the tag that you're going to use. For this example, I have I'm going to use this tag that I created. It's gonna take about 4 minutes for it to fully get all of the data points it needs. In the tags, we can create the description of the data so we can group them together. Let's say we made or we did an experiment. So experiment 1, fertilizer experiment 1 onion. We can add that tag, and we can also delete it here. This functionality is still not there, but if you click this, it will show you all of the onion data related to that tag. You can search for the name and the description. In the data page, you can view the recent data that is sent. You can filter for the tag. You can check if it's spoiled or not, and we made this using logistic regression. We made a model using Python. Then it's stored in that model is stored in the Flask backend. It's not yet perfect. We're still adjusting it. As you can see, in a spoiled sample, there are still some that are being considered as good, with about 57% uh, likeliness of being spoiled. So we're still adjusting the model. You can sort by the sensor response, and the formula for this is shown here. You take the area, so the area under the curve is calculated like this, but you can correct it by getting the mean of the first 20 samples, and then you remove the first 20 points, so you can get just the corrected area under the curve. So we can see, for example, if we have a spoiled onion. Hold on. You can view the details and you can see the data points taken throughout that sample. And you can remove this to show just the raw data that isn't corrected by the baseline. As you can see here, we have this baseline that is taken, and then we remove that baseline, so we get a more accurate result to see if there's an actual response from the sensor itself. Okay. As you can see, when we look at the control onion, which is a good onion, the response is pretty flat. So when we look at the corrected one, there's no slope. So we're still fixing the model. There's next here for looking at the various pages of data, and you can also remove columns if it's too noisy for you. We also have the dark mode and the light mode. We're still working on the system logs and the generating of the system report.